Today we're going to unbox the TM7 by Thermomix. We'll go through all of the items in the box and I'll explain what they do, what they're for. Let's do this together.
Let's have a look at the mixing bowl. This is what they call the mixing bowl from the TM7. So first of all, it has this little cap here, which you can just pull off, push on. I sometimes like to give it a little twist, but it's not necessary. Basically, if you don't have this lid on, you can pour something into here. As you can see, there's like these 3 little holes. So when you're pouring in something like an egg or more water or whatever it is, it can just run down into the bowl. One more thing about the lid is when it's on, like this, the TM7 will actually lock the lid on so that you can't just open it while it's blending or whatever it is. But there is also an open cooking mode on the TM7. Now let's look inside. So inside the TM7 mixing bowl is this little thing here. Now let's have a look at that. When you slide the lever across, there we go, 2 things come out. It's the knife and the bowl. So this bowl does not need to be cleaned every time. I don't clean it after every use. This bowl, however, will need cleaning, obviously, and it can go in the dishwasher. You can wash it by hand, whatever you prefer. There is actually a pre-cleaning mode on the Thermomix itself. I'll show you that in the next video.
Now, if we have a look at the knife, we can see that one end is sharp and the other one is blunt, which means that we can either turn it in one way to chop things, or we can turn it the other way just to stir things. So there's movement in the bowl, but it's not breaking anything down. That just sits nicely in the mixing bowl. There we go. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure when we insert the bowl that this black stripe here is level with the handle, so like so. You see? There we go. And then we're going to make sure that the blade is nice and snug. And then all we do is slide the lever across again to secure it all in place. And there you have it.
Time for Varoma time. Let's have a look what this is like. Open the box. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favourite things to do. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I like to stab the... Right, so hang on, before we look at this, I'm just going to put the lid back on the bowl. There we go. For the Varoma, we're going to want to ditch this, so we're just going to pop that aside, and then just remember there's a big circle on the lid of the bowl. Basically, the Varoma is where you're going to steam any kind of veg, cauliflower rice. You might make an omelette in it, your chicken, a chicken dinner. So what you do is the big deep bowl also has a circle and it sits nicely on the lid. The reason we're taking this off is so that A, it can sit nicely, but also B, so that the steam can actually come out of the mixing bowl and up into your food. Then there's another tray. So let's say I'm steaming chicken in the big bowl, and then I have another tray here where I can steam my veg. And then to contain the steam, we're just going to pop the lid on. There we go. Now when the food has finished steaming, you're going to want to lift the lid up away from you so the steam can escape this way, unless you wanted a facial. And then I like to turn the lid upside down, and then all you need to do is take your bowl, your Varoma bowl, and pop it in the lid, and then any kind of residue from the steam can just drip down into your lid without making any mess on your countertop.
Here we have the whisk. It's called a butterfly whisk. You can use it for mashed potato, pancake dough, anything that needs whisking really. You can see here max. So it means don't go over speed 4 if you have the butterfly whisk in your Thermomix. To insert the butterfly whisk, we're just going to put it between the blades. So if you can see, imagine the blade is now an X. Just going to put it between the X cross. So either like this or like that. Excuse my dogs in the background if you can hear them. Just do not go over speed 4. If you forget, you just have a quick look at the whisk. Your TM7 comes with a spatula perfectly shaped for your bowl. So the silicone part of your bowl will be what you're using to scrape down the sides. So you can either go left to right, or sometimes you might need to push some ingredients further down. So let's say I've made a cupcake dough or something. I'll take out this bit here. So I'll take out the bowl, hold the bowl in one hand, and then scrape down anything here. There we go. The simmering basket is this. You can also steam veg or rice or whatever it is in the simmering basket. And what you do is you'll put some water in the base, and then again we're going to look where the handle is, match this bit with the handle. There we go, and it just sits nicely.
Now let's say we've made some cocktails or a lemonade or something like that, and we want to use the basket as a sieve. We push the spatula into the sieve and pour it out into a container. To lift the simmering basket out, you might not want to use your hands because it may be hot. You're going to look at this little hook here on your spatula. So you're going to insert your spatula into the hole here, and then it will hook on to this part, and then all you need to do is lift it out like this, and then you can take it into your sink, or maybe you have a bowl that you can put it in, or a plate you can put it on. Yeah, and then you literally just pop it down on the surface, slide the spatula down a little bit, and it comes out really nicely. The other thing you can do is also lift the lid with your spatula. So you literally just push your spatula into this part here and open your lid, and then obviously you can just get out whatever you need to get out. Okay, now we're going to look at the base. This is the only part which cannot go in the dishwasher. I know it's very, very obvious, but all of the other things can go in the dishwasher. This can't. Now, this is super easy and takes maybe 15-20 minutes just for the system to update itself and, you know, set your desired preferences is what I wanted to say. So it just had like this little paper thing on the wire. So I've taken that off, and then I've got like a little extension cable here, which I'm going to plug it into, just because space and all.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow for part 2, where we switch on the Thermomix for the first time, set it up together, and I'll run you through all of the settings. Thank you, bye!